I am the Super Diesel, Daniel Hood. Now let's talk about some more music. We got a legendary band, the Counting Crows. And of course, their track Mr. Jones, one of my favorite music videos from the 1990s. Of course, this track comes from their album, August and Everything After. To get Adam Duritz' view of the song and why he wrote it, he explained that even though the song is named for his friend Marty Jones, it is actually about Duritz himself. I wrote a song about me. I just happened to be out with him, my friend, that night. Duritz said, the inspiration for the song came as Duritz and Jones were drunk at a bar while watching Jones's father perform. When they saw Kenny Dale Johnson, longtime drummer for the musician Chris Isaak, sitting with 3 different women. He just seemed like, we couldn't even manage to talk to those girls. We were just thinking if we were rock stars, it'd be easier. And I went home and I wrote the song, said Duritz. And that was good that he wrote that because he wrote an all-time 90s classic. And I definitely like the lyrics to this. It's the idea that he wants to be a star along with his buddy, and they're talking to each other about, man, we can get those girls like that guy. Looking up to people. That guy, you look at somebody, you can just tell he lived a good life. After this song came out on that album, this album was very successful. Adam got to live his dream because now all the girls want him. And everyone listens to his music. He became the star that he always wanted to be, thanks to this song. So this guy was predicting his own future, and he was looking into the future, like he said in the song. Sometimes that's what you got to do. To look into the future, you got to take the first step, and he did that by going with his inspiration after seeing that guy, the drummer for Chris Isaak. He was just hanging out, living a good life, and Adam wanted a piece. And that's what Mr. Jones is all about. Now, the next song I want to talk about on my playlist is another independent band. They've been around for over a decade. This is the Family Crest. Now, they're not exactly a family. They're more like a tight friendship. So they're not actually a blood-related family. Just give a little spoiler alert. But that's who they are. They're the Family Crest. And their song is Pride that I play for their music video. Of course, you can get the song from the latest album, The War, Act 2. Of course, the band features Liam McCormick on lead vocals and guitar, John Sterling on bass. The band also consists of Angelo Christian Vasili on drums, Lauren Bregman, who plays flute, percussion, and vocals, George Saman, who plays the trombone, Owen Sutter, who plays violin, percussion, and Charlie Eckert, who plays the cello and percussion. I even like the visual because there's like little color bombs that come out of it sprays all over the band at various points. It's dust of color, but it's a nice little backdrop as they do this during the daytime mountain valley area. And I've never seen a visual like that before, so bravo to whoever came up with the idea of this music video. It's just a really nice to look at, and I like the song. And this band, they are still together as they tour throughout the West Coast in various parts of the country. And there's no news on when their next album will come out, but they are at work on new music, last I heard. Of course, Pride, the idea of Pride is that you work hard at something and you should be happy with what you do. And that's a universal term. People love to have pride in things that they do or being associated with somebody. That's universal. That's what the song's about, just having pride about the things that you care about. So another independent band I'm going to showcase after this, you got the band Monophonics and their song War Paint from their album Sage Motel. There's this band, Monophonics, features Kelly Finnegan, Austin Bowman, Ian McDonald, Miles O'Manoni, Nade Nurnberg, and Ryan Scott. They make up Monophonics. And this is another band. They get good every time everything they make, and they've been together also for 15 years. That's how you get good. When you stick together for so long, you just get better and better and better. San Francisco has a bunch of these bands. People give their lives to music, especially with a sweet spot like San Francisco to be a musician. Monophonics is one of those good bands. You know what? You probably have never heard of them. If you're someone that just listens to the music that's on the radio and dig deep, you probably have not heard of these guys, Monophonics. They're really good. Check them out. And War Paint, really, this is just about, I guess it's about the scars that, it's a metaphor for scars that you've left on yourself when you went through a struggle. And the video kind of depicts that. They're at a motel, and there's some crap about to go down. Some serious crap. And then if you survive it, that's war paint on your behalf. A story that you can tell in years to come. And you'll hear that on the playlist. And now there's something else I want to get off my chest. There are a lot of great artists that are out there. And of course, it's easy to play the songs that made them big players to begin with. The songs that we all know and love. There are a lot of great artists that are actually been playing for 30, 40 years. They still make new music almost on a yearly basis, every few years. And a legendary artist that makes music pretty much every so often to this day is Santana. Carlos Santana, that is. Yes, when you hear that name, you think of his hit Smooth from the late 90s, the stuff that plays on the radio that he made decades ago. But he makes great music to this day, and radio does not want to play that. I think it's criminal how people ignore his new stuff. That's still pretty good. There's no place has been made for his new stuff, but there's a place on this show for Playcast for Carlos Santana to do his thing. I've recognized he's still great. But he has a song called Let the Guitar Play. And he made 3 different versions that he released on the Spotify. And now he released an original version, which here's how he does it. Carlos Santana, he just freestyles. He just goes into a studio, he plays what's on his heart and mind, and then he plays for a little bit, and then he listens to it back, and that's like the nucleus for what could be a song. He did that with Let the Guitar Play, and he made an original track that was just him. Then he made 2 more versions that kind of add to it, give it, drums, an identity, if you will. Something that could play like at dance clubs or reaches a certain audience. This version that I have on my playlist, Let the Guitar Play, is the soul version. Let the Guitar Play soul version. This features Daryl McDaniels of Run DMC. He raps the lyrics in various parts of the song. And of course, how interesting, because earlier when we was listening to MC Hammer, he sampled a little bit of Run DMC in his track. So now we get the Disney sample. This is Daryl McDaniels doing it for real. And also on drums, and of course she's a native of Springfield, Ohio. I've seen her drum. Cindy Blackmon. She's been a long-time collaborator for Santana, but she's played for various other artists, and she's done a lot of work in concerts, open mics or whatnot. In Dayton, Ohio, that's how she started her career. Great drummer. So, and what she does, she adds to the soul, her drumming, kind of makes the track soulful, and you can dance to it a little bit. Gets a rhythm. And actually, her drumming helps Daryl McDaniels. It goes along with his rap. So this is very well done. Sometimes you just let the guitar play. I mean, that's how Carlos Santana does it. You just do it. You don't even have to write. A lot of people write. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But freestyling, sometimes when you just do it without thinking about it and practicing, it might be crap. It may not sound good, but sometimes you get gold. And Carlos Santana, he is the master at just coming up with stuff. He's one of the great guitarists of all time. Don't take my word for it. Listen to my playlist. Listen to these songs right now. But then come back. I got one last part. We're listening to this on YouTube. It'll be part 4, where I got some things to go off my chest. So stay tuned.